All right. Debating with myself whether to do this video or not. And I guess I'm going to do it. One thing about being up here in Boone, Samaritan's Purse, it's different. One thing as you get older is you realize that these are all experiences. And that even when you go through bad stuff, you're still learning something. Also, it's not bad money. I mean, I'm living in a hotel. My electricity this month is going to be probably like $10 because there's nothing running in there but I got everything unplugged. Ain't nothing running in there but the damn refrigerator. It's one of those things that when you're young, I don't like this, people will hate me, and you get older, and it's like, I meet up to myself, especially knowing that things are supposed to start slowing down, things are slowing down, and knowing that while I'm doing this, I'm guaranteed money for the next couple of weeks. I've said it before about how I feel like this is the white man's burden. Even though it's good, even though I'm doing positive things, I look at the spirit behind things. That's another thing that changed with me is that I look at the spirit behind things. I don't just take stuff at face value. And when you're young, you do. Even when I had money, I did, and now I don't do that. I definitely think. I pray. I'm just more aware of things than I was. I'm gonna say this one thing about growing up, though. Add this in here, going off subject. You want to know? I used to ask myself that. What has changed? What's the difference between the Joshua in 2012 who drove Western Express and got fired, and the Joshua that came back in February of 15, went solo March 15, and basically drove for 3 years for them? One thing is, I'm not as curious as I used to be. It's more of a holy curiosity. Like, I don't want to know everybody's business now. Like, even if I seen like the mayor of Charlotte get thrown out of her, boyfriend's house, I wouldn't want to know. Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I got my own life. I'm trying to keep ahead of things. I don't care. That doesn't mean ignoring injustice. But it does mean that I'm just not focused on nonsense anymore. I'm not focused on stuff that's not beneficial. Does that make sense? Moving on. Being up here in Boone and them white folks ignoring me, I get on the elevator and they like shake their head, do little things. I ignore a lot. I'm not stupid. The Confederate flags everywhere. I get the message, man. And I think about all the black men who used to have to travel back in the day. I think about James Baldwin. I think about Satchel Paige. I think about the black baseball players back in the day, the Cactus Leagues, and how here I am upset because white people don't want to speak back to me and they want to ignore me, and you can just tell hostility, man. I'm not stupid. I can tell when I walk in the room and the temperature changes. I'm not, like I said, I ignore a lot of people. Don't realize I ignore a lot of stuff, and I do that because I'm not here for them. I'm not. This is a job. It's a job. That's all there is to it. I take my food, I eat in the truck. Old boy want to make a big deal about it. I walk right back toward the place, walk around the corner, and walk back out to the truck. I'm eating there with them crackers. I come over there to sit down and eat. Motherfuckers getting up to leave as soon as I sit down. They already get up to leave. Well, the minute I put my stuff at the table, they get ready to leave. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's my experience up here. I just think about those black folks that really face violence, and I have a better understanding. I'm not living what they went through. I'm not going through what they went through. I'm not pretending to sit here and tell you that what I'm going through is even similar to what they went through. But what I'm telling you is, I understand. I understand and I comprehend. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I comprehend it, man. I do. You know, it was bad. It was bad for a lot of different reasons. But, anyway, one of those things. You know, also, I think about these gay guys out here, like Dave Rubin, like other ones, that want to push this agenda that they're not being hurt by bigotry now when they live in progressive cities and when they make a lot of money. Totally ignoring what was done for the gay men for decades. Totally ignoring what's been done to gay people everywhere. The violence, mistreatment. I was on a website, a police forum, and these guys were, and one day I'm gonna talk about the nonsense of it, and really how going on their forums shows me they're cowboys. They think like cowboys. They're not really interested in building up a strong community as much as they're interested in just manifold violence and ego, playing the cowboy. This guy was talking about they're moving from police enforcement to mental health stuff. And like the fire department's moving to more EMS stuff. And this guy's like, no, they move from the fire department because you have better building codes and you have sprinklers in the buildings. That's why. Society is evolving.
Power off.
Sorry. Society is evolving. Nothing stays the same. We're not going to go back to the 20s. And we're not going to, because it's in the 20s. It's different. Society's evolved. And these guys are on there making a joke about another guy. I guess one of their buddies saying he goes to Laguna Beach and all. The dude's like, no, dude, I'm straight. He's like, and I just thought about it, how growing up, working in fuel, doing the food service, how much homophobia there is. How much these guys make gay jokes. And I mean, I don't just mean like, I mean like really nasty stuff. There's a guy I work with at Pilot, and it's funny because I'm a temp, but I get paid more than they do. And the dude was like, we almost got done. The other white dude come up there, and he's like, oh, these faggots and all that stuff. I'm just like, wow. I was on that, I was like, wow. He could tell because I pretty much like stopped talking. We was done. We were getting. I had to just pull out and leave and wait for the big boss to come to work, and then say, come back to Charlotte or go do something else. That's all it was. It wasn't no more to be talked about, other than you want to get something to eat or something. When I worked doing the glass hauling in Charlotte, you have guys put stuff on the graffiti on the wall, talking about faggots and talking about. This guy's gay, this guy's a faggot, and just disgusting stuff. Same thing when I was at Sigma. It was a little bit subdued, but it was there too. Just that homophobia. And these conservatives out here, they try to make jokes about how everything is political correct. I've got to tell you, being out here in this world, being out here doing these manual jobs, the homophobia is real, man. It's not just, and I know why they do it. It's the same reason why they do that with Trump. Trump does stuff and they'll be like, oh yeah, orange man bad. They do that because they don't really want a concise, a accurate, a detailed look at Donald Trump. So they'll make the little jokes. And they'll call us commies and freaks and faggots and socialists, and that's what I expect from you. Because I it's like I heard a man say, I'm pleased to know I didn't overestimate your intelligence. That's exactly what it is. And the fact that you have to do that to me, I'm coming at you with facts and reality, and you're coming at me with freaky Adam shift and shifty shift and homophobic stuff, and this is what I expect from you guys. Remember the guy Luke Lewandowski goes on Fox News and he told a lie, and we had him in front of the Senate, and the Senate's like, "What? Didn't you tell them this?" Well, if I did, I don't have any faith. I don't have any trust. I don't have any respect for those people. And I'm just like, wow, like that's Fox. You were on Fox. You were lying on Fox News. That's like if I was a Catholic and I went to the Vatican and was talking to the Pope and the highest cardinals and like the Pope's staff, and I'm lying to them. And then people are like, wait a minute, did you lie to the Pope? Well, F the Pope. I don't give a damn. It's like, I looked at that, and my mind said, "Is well, if you lied to Fox News, like an example I use, if you lied to the Pope and all that, and you spent so much time as a conservative, then that means what won't you lie about? You'll lie about anything." In my mind, yeah. If you'll do really, him doing that tells you more about his integrity than when he swore the oath. There's a lot of conservatives that'll go to prison. There's a lot of conservatives that would die for Trump and for fascism. But they're not going to go. If they went on Fox, they're not going to do that on Fox News. Because that's their banner. That's their flagship of fascism. Go off for a second. Seeing Lewandowski do that and get nasty like that. Seeing Rudy Giuliani go on Fox News and lie and do things he does. It's interesting to me. Because Fox News, what they've done over the last decade, or I say decade, might have been longer than that. They've tried to sophisticate conservatism a little bit. They've tried to make it more sophisticated and cleaned up and move away from racism and move away from just this nastiness. That's what I've seen. And whether it be Lewandowski, whether it be Giuliani, whether it be Mulvaney going, that wasn't on Fox News, but Mulvaney went out there in a press conference and openly admitted to engaging in extortion and bribery. This is what they do. These are fascists. And they've gotten away with so much that they can go out and open and say, yeah, I engage in extortion all the time. What's the big deal? So what? They can do that, and they're not even afraid of losing like votes or their base, saying, wait a minute. You know what I mean? They're not even afraid of. They've gone so far to where they flaunt regular law. They flaunt law on a regular basis. And growing up, I was taught conservatives, they're the ones that pay their taxes and pay their insurance and have extra insurance and do all this. And I'm looking at conservatism and I'm like, wait a minute. What? I'm watching conservatism break every rule that I grew up learning about. Every rule. And that's what I say to you. The Fox News is trying to clean it up, but they can't. They brought on Candace Owens. Candace Owens told you she doesn't remember racism, but Candace Owens made her start off of racism. She wouldn't be who she was if it wasn't for the mayor of her town in Connecticut's son that called her for racist voicemail. You forgot about that so soon, huh, Candace? You forgot who you were. See, often when black people think about black people and they say like, you're a sellout, you're a coon, people think that means we're jealous of another black for making it. And sometimes that's true. But in Candace Owens' case, no, that means just what that means. She's a sellout. She's forgotten who she is. She's forgotten what she's been through. And she's basically telling everybody else, you need to forget too. I got off something, I'm sorry. But just going back to the homophobic stuff. These guys, these guys that want to try to blow off homophobia and stuff like that. It's real. It's a real thing. It's totally real, and it's not a joke. It's not a game. It's totally real, and it's something that you definitely see out here, working. Something you see out here, striving. You know. Conservatives, they give you this nonsense. Got my cranberries. I'm going to use them in my blender later on. Conservatives, they want to give, oh, no, it's not that bad. And, they're trying to push pedophilia and all this stuff, and it's all lies, man. You know, I don't know, James. It's a great man that said that. I think Gore Vidal said that he thought it was interesting that only in America would two men sit there and congratulate themselves on being heterosexual. Like nowhere else in the world would you see that. Nowhere else in the world. You know, not for graduating for Harvard or Yale, not for passing the bar, not for getting into the Olympics, none of that. Simply for being a heterosexual man and congratulating themselves on a sexual identity. Man, that's really how it is. And that's another reason why I had to stop watching InfoWars, because it's lies. It's lies. And then I saw that guy. I used to follow this guy on the Nation of Islam brother. He talked about straight pride, and it pissed me off because you still have violence out here against gay people. That's very real. And here you are joking and clowning about something that was never criminal. It's never criminal to be straight. It was never against the law to be straight. And you're trying to make fun of people who are gay and who are saying, I'm not going to take being humiliated. I'm not going to take you violating my rights. I'm not going to take you hurting me anymore. And that threatens you enough to do that? Because that's, when you say things like that, it's kind of like saying you're threatened. It is. These people are so powerful now that I'm threatened. So, I'll be doing part 2 of this eventually. Peace, y'all.